Amazing, my friends. Once again, welcome to all of you. And I'm so thrilled to have all of you here for tonight's exciting session on the topic. I'm sure that you know victory mindset. And this session is with none other than the incredible Arif Hussain, our victory mindset coach. So I just want to ask you, आप में से कितने लोगों ने ऐसे कोई मोमेंट्स फेस किए हैं जहां पर आपने अपने आप को स्टक फील किया हो, आपको लगा हो कि ना आई एम डिफीटेड, या फिर आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट माई नेक्स्ट स्टेप. So maybe it can be a project, it can be a personal goal, or you are just dealing with the day-to-day challenges of life. So see, this situation can actually make you feel like giving up. कहीं ना कहीं लगता है कि छोड़ो यार, अब नहीं करना, या आई कैन डू इट. But what if I told you that the key to rising above lies in one powerful thing, and that is your mindset. That's exactly what we are here to talk about tonight with Arif, who is a master and helping people break through mental barriers and cultivate the kind of mindset that actually drives success or resilience or ultimately victory in every aspect of life. So तैयार हो जाइए for an empowering and transformative session filled with insights, actionable tips, and real life examples to help you tap into your inner champion. और इससे पहले कि मैं आरिफ को स्टेज पे बुलाऊं, उनको स्टेज हैंड ओवर करूं, उनके बारे में थोड़ा सा a small introduction. So, Arif is a peak performance coach. He is a victory mindset coach, a best-selling author, and a trainer. He has, इन्होंने काफी अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस लिया है across industries from, education to pharmaceuticals, about 2 decades, launching new therapies to manage lifestyle disorders. Also, ये फाउंडर हैं, डायरेक्टर हैं at Pathfinders Coaching and Consulting Private Limited के. He is also a director North at CHD Group, जहाँ पर ये स्पेशल कंसल्टेटिव स्टेटस एट द यूएन हेडक्वार्टर्स एंड एक लीड कोच की तरह काम करते हैं. सो आरिफ जो है, इन्होंने काफी एक्सटेंसिवली काम किया है ह्यूमन माइंड्स के ऊपर एंड एसोसिएटेड बिहेवियर्स के ऊपर. एंड ही आल्सो हेल्प्स प्रोफेशनल्स अचीव देयर victory mindset to attain their goals without compromising life. अभी तक ये 5,000 से ज्यादा लोगों की लाइफ को इम्पैक्ट कर चुके हैं थ्रू हिज कोचिंग एंड पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम्स. So without any delay, let's give him a big round of applause, and please let us know in the comments where are you connecting from. And Arif will be talking to you for next 30 to 35 minutes, and then we'll have a Q&A session. So you can ask your questions. आपके पास एक ऑप्शन होगा कि आप अपने क्वेश्चंस लाइव पूछ सकते हैं, and this is a rare chance. All right, so let's welcome Arif. Arif, big round of applause, and over to you.
Thank you, Prashantji, for such a nice introduction, and I'm excited to be here. And talking to you is also a great opportunity for me as well. So, before we go into the subject, which is victory mindset, I want to share, what mindset is basically. So we have different definitions available at different platforms. What my understanding is, the way we think, the way we look at ourselves, the way we look at the world and the circumstances, other people, that all comes from the mindset. Yeah, that means the way we think. हम जिस तरह से चीजों को देख रहे हैं, जो नजरिया है हमारा, पर्सपेक्टिव है, that comes from mindset. And where this mindset is coming from? This mindset is coming from the experiences that we had in our childhood. It is said that by the time people attain their puberty or they reach to their teenage, they have already a kind of fixed personality. They have developed their personality to the tune of 95%. Whatever changes that happens after that, happens because, in the degree of the level of those traits will increase. The basic personality remains the same throughout the life, unless there is a significant incident that happens, which is very, very impactful. उसके अलावा the basic personality remains the same from that age, from teenage till the end. Now, so let's look at the uh, you know this where what are the factors that influences our personality. Okay, so the first thing is the heredity. Okay, uh, the kind of environment we have at home, at school, or the friend circle. And the third thing is the perception that we have about everything. So these are the three factors that are also responsible for our personality. Now, if we talk about the controllables here, can you control your genetics? Not possible, right? Whatever is there inside, it's there. Can we control our environment? Yes, to a little extent. The level at which my influence is there in the world, I can control that environment. But can we control in the beginning years of our life? It's very, very difficult even to think of. Perception. So we have built a perception about things. Look at things at it's like a glass, wearing a specific colored glass through which we see ourselves and the world. So that's our perception. Can we control that? Of course. That is one factor which can be controlled to a large extent. Now, this perception comes from the mindset. You know, so how we respond to the uncertainties in our life or to the certain things that are happening, or how do we contribute to others' life, or how I receive from others. How do I look at the relationships, and uh, there is one factor which enfolds all the areas of life, that is growth. We want to have growth in all the areas of life, right? So that all defines our perception, and that is mindset. Okay, now depending on the situation, we will have uh, you know we, it is said that we have different people living in our body, right? So literally it is not like that. The thing is, we have uh, two kinds of voices inside. One is which empowers us, which encourages us, and the other is which is making us fearful or fearing things. Okay, so if I tell that there are two selves inside a person's mind, one is the greater self, which looks for the ideal things, and one is the mediocre self, which which is stuck, which is which is stuck in the conflicts with self, or the tragedies that has happened, or the expectations from others or from self. So people, when they are stuck in those situations, then our mediocre self emerges. And when we are resourceful, when we are positive, we have clarity of goals, when we are living in an excited state, we work with enthusiasm, that is our greater self, right? So if I am spending more of time in the greater self or in that mediocre self, that all comes from the mindset, the kind of mindset we have. So let's move to the topic of the day, which is victory mindset. But before that, let me tell you a story of two people. You can uh, name the characters. You can you can even name their relationship. They can be two friends, they can be two brothers. So in my story, there are two people. One is Rahul and the other is Rajiv. So Rahul has grown up in a cocoon of comfort. He is well protected everywhere. Now his parents are deciding for him उसको कहाँ पढ़ना है, वेयर कौन सा प्रोफेशन चूज करना है, कौन सा लाइफ पार्टनर उसको चूज करना है. The parents are deciding everything and they are solving his problems, right? And then there is another person, Rajiv, whose childhood was completely opposite. Coming from a background where he had to take decisions for his life from a very early age. He had to be responsible for his actions. He had to make his decisions himself, uh, whether it was how to spend pocket money, or if he had to do some part-time work, or everything. His failures were frequent, unlike Rahul, who was uh, like going on the path which was chosen by others, and he was successful. Here he had to face failures a lot, very frequent. But every failure taught him the importance of perseverance, adaptability, and he became self-reliant. Now, do you think these two boys will have same mindset? Because their uh, childhood was different, so their mindset is going to be different as well. So let's look at the adulthood of these two boys. What kind of uh, people they will become when they become an adult. So Rahul, who was living a very protected life, he became an adult who had to struggle with his career. Because he is accustomed to uh, you know others taking decision for him, he has to face setbacks a lot. So and when he's facing those setbacks, what he is doing, he falls back into the comfort zone, because that's his safe zone, and he is dependent on others, maybe his boss or maybe colleagues, to again decide for him to take actions in his life. And when it comes to health, it is decent, but it is again neglected because he is not in a habit of being self-disciplined. Now let's look at the adulthood of Rajiv. What is he doing? He becomes self-reliant, and of course his self-reliance will pay off well. He has grown to a responsible adult, and he is navigating his career, can't say very smoothly, but he is overcoming all the challenges in his life because he has that problem solving mindset. When it comes to relationships, again, his problem solving mindset is helping, unlike Rahul, where he is dependent and is expecting huge from the life partner he has. But look at the challenges of these two people. Do you think any of us can be without challenges? Whatever mindset we carry, we will have challenges, right? Similarly, these two boys, they will have challenges. Now Rahul ki challenge kya honge? Now he has to overcome that dependency mindset every now and then, because he will try to fall back onto some person, whoever is close to him, he will fall back to them. And over a period of time, and we don't know how long will it take, but he will have to learn that he has to balance it out, that he has to take his own decisions and then move ahead in life. The second challenge for him will be developing resilience, you know, and that he has to take his own decisions. And of course, repairing those strained relationships. But because when we depend so much on others, what will happen is the expectation, my expectation will be huge, but on the other hand, the other person will be burdened, right? So there will be strained relationships. So those are the challenges for Rahul. And what about Rajiv? So he's a problem solver, right? Very good. But that's not the end. Challenges will be there for him as well. So his challenge, the biggest challenge will be managing that emotional toll of early struggles, because whatever circumstance or situation emerges in the current life, in the present time, he will go back into the past and he will see that he had to do it all alone. So he will have that emotional struggle inside. So he will have to fight that struggle. Since he had to work a lot and alone, taking responsibility in the childhood, so in the adult life, he may go through burnout, because he was perseverance. He had perseverance, and for perseverance, he had to work a lot. So now he has this only solution, that I have to work a lot. This is the only thing I know. So chances of burnout are huge. So this will be his another challenge. And the third challenge will be to balance that self-reliance. It's not uh, you know just like Rahul, who was becoming burden on others. Here he is taking everything on his shoulders. So he has to balance it out and learn over interdependence. Instead of becoming completely independent, he has to learn interdependence, and that is his challenge. Now, as we have understood that Rahul and Rajiv both had different childhoods. So Rahul, who was very protected, he could that could breed dependency, right? Whereas early responsibility on Rajiv, uh, will make him more responsible, more accountable. Now, what Rahul can do? Rahul might be thinking that people are not helping him when he is in a situation, so he will start blaming others, and that's the trap for him. And he can go into that prolonged mediocre life, because he's blaming others for his failures, his setbacks. Rajiv, because he was completely dependent and self-reliant, he may think that he will have a he will keep on fighting like a lone wolf, which is again bad, because we need people around us, right, with a similar mindset, who are with whom we can enjoy life. So he has to uh, understand that uh, being self-reliant doesn't mean completely independent, and so he will have to learn that interdependence. Now look at the uh, mindset perspective. So what is victory mindset here? Now both these boys can have victory mindset and can overcome their challenges. So what is victory mindset? It is actually the mental framework that empowers an individual to overcome challenges, take responsibility for the actions, and continue growing. A victorious mindset make a person grow in each area, whether it is health, whether it is building relationship, whether it is building career, right? Now those people who have victory mindset, they are very focused on solving problems, maintaining a positive attitude, and align their actions with fulfilling and impactful life. Now how can these two people achieve that victory mindset? As we have understood their challenges, so what Rahul has to do is, the first step to achieving a victory mindset for him is to take uh, a shift from blaming circumstances and take responsibility, be accountable for his actions, and not fall back to the comfort zone. And embracing those small and taking calculated risks. Practicing gratitude, focusing on personal growth, these things will bring stability in his life. And when it comes to relationship front, he can work on uh, balancing it out and not just uh, asking for others to take his decisions, or making himself feel burden or others feel that he is a burden, right? And when it comes to health, he can take he can start to take small actions, whether it is eating mindfully or uh, small activities, so that he can build vitality. Now let's come to Rajiv. So he may be having a fulfilling life at the moment because he was a problem solver. Okay, and all his life he would be growing already, but he might be taking a lot of time to taking those steps, taking risks, or taking decisions, right? Because at some point of time he would be thinking to involve with just one thing and keep on working, because we want, as human beings, we want comfort, we want convenience, and we may go to the mediocre life to look for the convenience. So for example, Rajiv, if he has a stable job, he would be working and not thinking of anything else. He would continue working in the same position, same, living the same life, same standard of life. So what he can do to achieve that victory mindset, he can, as I said earlier, is look for interdependence and learn to delegate and trust others. So the problem with self-reliance is that we start trusting ourselves so much that we start distrusting others or not trusting others. So Rajiv has to strengthen his relationship by trusting others and delegating tasks, so that he is not feeling burdened, he is not feeling that burnout, and he can balance his life. Now, during his midlife, he can have this opportunity to um, reflect what he has learned over a period of time, and he can maybe redefine his purpose now, because he has a lot of experiences. Those failures have given him a lot of experiences, so he can uh, channelize those experiences into something which is more meaningful, more purposeful. And he can invest it maybe in some hobbies, spiritual growth, and he can start thinking of contributing to others, right? So that way he will have a that he will achieve that victory mindset. Now, I'm sure by now you have understood the what victory mindset is. So victory mindset is simply a mindset which helps a person to keep growing, so, and deciding for himself, and uh, that feeling of being victorious in all the areas of life, right? So how so before we go to understand the path of a victorious life, let's look how our mind functions. Okay, so what happens, what is the basic function of our mind? Is It is to think. I'm not talking about the anatomy, right? So I'm talking about that basic function, which is to think, right? And so do we need to stop our mind to think? No, right? So what I feel, it's my personal opinion, that when we say that somebody has a problem of overthinking, or somebody think too much about something or somebody, so I feel that's not the problem. Okay, so mind is doing its job, it's perfectly fine. What somebody needs is maybe a direction, what to think. Okay, so what is happening inside the mind? you know, that thinking pattern or that those thoughts, they lead to uh, our emotions, how, what kind of emotions we feel about something or somebody, right? Now those emotions lead to feeling, what kind of feeling we have about something, some job, some environment, or maybe some person. Now those feelings lead to a behavior. So I may be behaving with uh, Rajiv in some other way, and I may be behaving with Rahul in some other way. So how is that behavior coming from? Because of my feelings, emotions, and thoughts behind that. And my behavior leads to decision, and those decisions lead to action. Action leads to result. Now, out of this whole chain, all of the steps are happening inside the mind. So we talk a lot about introversion, that this person is an introvert, this person is an extrovert. We are very quick to judge and analyze others, right? But is there anybody who is a complete 100% introvert, or is there a person who is completely extrovert? Nobody, right? So this set of actions are happening in everybody's mind. Thoughts lead to emotion, emotion lead to feeling, feeling leads to behavior, behavior leads to decision, decision leads to action, and action leads to result. Out of all these steps, only action and result, they are happening outside. Okay, and every other thing is happening inside, whether we decide maybe in a second, or maybe if somebody decide in a year, right? For like somebody who wants to choose a profession, or who to marry, or you know, what kind of organization one wants to build, those things takes time. So so that decision may take a year or two or even more, but the steps are only these. Okay, and out of all these steps, just two steps are happening outside, in the outside world, which is extroversion, and the rest of the steps are happening inside this, which is introversion. So if somebody is taking too long inside, being inside the mind, that can be a problem. Somebody who is not thinking at all and taking, you know, instantaneous decisions, haphazard decisions without even thinking much. So how, what kind of results they can expect? Because the action didn't take much of time, or the decision didn't take much of time. So half-hearted action was there, and so the result will be the same. But somebody who is taking time, depending on the kind of action he is choosing, he will have better results. We can talk about the probability, right? The probability will be better. But what is happening at the base of all these? Where are those? If I go back to that thinking process, so where is that happening? If I go into the root, even before thoughts, so there comes a person's values, his beliefs, the kind of mindset he has at the root. Okay, and he will carry his, and he will lead his life through that mindset. So if somebody wants to go onto the path to achieve a victorious life, or to have a victory mindset, what he can do is, and this is for both, if I go back to that story of Rahul and Rajiv, both can benefit. Okay, it is not just for one, both Rahul and Rajiv can benefit from this path. So first, what they should have is the clarity of vision. Okay, so if they have that clarity, what kind of goals they want to set, and are they aligned? So if my goals are aligned to what I am inside, that is what my values and beliefs are, then the chances of me working towards them is great, is better than if those goals are not aligned to what I am. For example, somebody who likes to uh, teach others, and if he choose a job which is not aligned, where he has to listen only, and he has no he cannot decide his actions, he cannot decide in that job, what will happen? He will keep on quitting and jumping from one job to another, one business to another, right? So the clarity of vision has to be there, and that those goals should be aligned to self. So therefore, understanding self is very very important, imperative here. The second step is to have that victorious mindset. Okay, so how uh, okay, so that one can uh, convert his challenges into opportunities. Okay, so what does a victorious victory mindset person do? He converts his challenges and look at challenges as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to demonstrate, right? uh, the third thing that they can do is to be disciplined. So somebody who is disciplined in life and is committed to what he has decided, the chances, the probability to attain those goals is higher. Somebody who keeps on falling and slipping to that mediocre life or that mediocre mindset, the chances are that either he will take a lot of time to achieve those goals or he will not achieve. The fourth thing that a victorious person does is being present. So what does it mean? That he is not stuck in that childhood, what happened in childhood, what somebody did to him or her. Instead, he is there in the present moment, and it will improve his efficiency. And when his efficiency is improved, his productivity will improve automatically. So being present is very very important. Next, he can what he can do is he can be empathetic towards the people around his team, uh, his close circle, maybe family or friends, and work in a collaborative manner instead of imposing self or taking only directions. So for example, Rahul should not depend on others to direct him, right? And Rajiv should not be completely self determined कि जब मन में जो आया वो किया. So balance is required. So they both have to understand when to uh, listen self and when to listen the expert. And of course, the last step is to keep reflecting and adjusting to where they are. And if they are committed and they have this mindset, they both can have this victorious life they desire. So I think I have spoken a lot, and I feel that a lot of people. So I have given only these two examples, but we are billions in the world, and no two stories may be same. No two mindset will be 100% same. No two views may be same. We may divide or defines several personalities, but when it comes to specificities, every person goes to a different challenge, uh, but we can always learn from each other, and that's why people having similar mindset, if they are together and they have similar goal, it works amazingly for everybody involved in that group. So that is a, that is a required thing, and which is the last step. And similarly, we have this victory mindset framework, okay, where we uh, make people understand what victory mindset is. And it's not about understanding, it's about experiencing. So we have a framework when people go through that process, and so they emerge as a winner. So thank you so much for listening me out, and I'm open to question, Prashantji.
Wonderful, wonderful, Arif. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom here. And I'm sure, friends, you are enjoying this session. And now we are open for questions. So would appreciate that if you want to ask anything, then you can just post your questions and we will answer them, right? Or I should say Arif will answer. So okay, with this we've got a question from Gitika ji. Sir, is victory mindset different from positive mindset?
Yeah, thanks for asking the question, Gitika ji. So, uh, so when it comes to positive mindset, so positive mindset can be one of the part of victory mindset. So we look for, we are, uh, as I said, we look for analyzing things or being judgmental about things. So I don't
Yeah,
see negativity or positivity as opposing things. For example, to to actually understand that something is positive, I need to understand the negative as well. For example, uh, we talk about problem solving a lot. Okay, okay, this is a problem solving mindset. He has a problem solving mindset. But somebody who is diagnosing the problem, he is equally important. Okay, solution
right.
comes later. Let if I am not diagnosing the right uh, thing, then can I solve it? No. So I think similarly, if I can understand that negative that has happened, then only I can go for the positive. So when people talk about positive mindset, sometimes it feels that they don't want to even look at the negative side. Okay, so I don't know how you define positive mindset, but what I feel is that we need to understand both and can evaluate both, okay, what is negative and what is positive, and then uh, come to a decision what I have to take for something. And what victory mindset does is it actually makes a person understand both negative as well as positive. So for example, uh, m- like since childhood I have been hearing this, कि money is the biggest evil on in the world. Money is the biggest problem, money is evil. पैसा जो है ना बहुत ही बुरी चीज है. But everybody is working for money. And on the other hand, वो बोल भी रहे हैं कि मैं पैसे के पीछे नहीं भाग रहा हूँ, बट पैसे जो भी वो कर रहे हैं दिन भर, उसके लिए वो पैसा चार्ज कर रहे हैं. तो सो व्हाट इज माइंड डूइंग देयर? सो माइंड, हम अपने माइंड को ही कंफ्यूज कर रहे हैं, राइट, बाय नॉट बीइंग क्लियर what we want. So do we can we think of somebody who is uh, taking money as evil and having a lot of money? Is it possible? Right. So
Right.
what I want to convey here is that negative and positive thinking or positive mindset can be a part of victory mindset. But victory mindset is कि negative हुआ है या positive हुआ है, that doesn't matter. The result is going to be better, and is going to be a growth.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Arif, for answering this question. And Gitika ji, please let us know if that answers your question. Thank you so much for asking this question. And with this, Arif, there is another question. It's like, विक्ट्री माइंडसेट ही क्यों जरूरी है सक्सेस को अचीव करने के लिए?
So, victory mindset, as I said earlier, uh, somebody who has lived a life and uh, like in childhood, every child, and if I look at the current situation where children are so protected that I have seen a mother asking his 25-year-old son not to cross the road because there is a lot of traffic. So imagine what that person can do in life. Of course, he will learn his own lessons, but when, how much
Right.
time is lost, right? So are we letting people have those experiences, our children, those experiences? And let's say whatever has happened in the childhood, okay, but there is an opportunity to convert that mindset still at any point of time, actually. Okay, if we let us experience the right things the right way. Why victory mindset is important is, let's say I have decided on to reduce just 2 kilogram weight. Okay, so this is my decision. A person with victory mindset will decide a few things that okay, मैं 5 days ये करूँगा, exercise करूँगा, मैं ये खाऊंगा, ये नहीं खाऊंगा. He will decide a few things and he will be committed to be successful in that. And when he has achieved it, he has achieved that goal. So he's a victorious person. He will feel victorious. So imagine a person who feel victorious in inside, inside. His body language is different. He walks differently. His posture is very different. Okay, and somebody who is feeling low in life, who is feeling defeated, who is feeling stuck somewhere, uh, what he will do, he will keep on quitting. He will decide on one thing and he will quit, maybe uh, maybe in the early stage of that decision or maybe later, but he will quit definitely if he doesn't allow him to have that victory mindset. So victory mindset is very much required to attain success in any goal, whether it is small or big.
Wonderful. That's nice. Thank you so much once again. There's another question is like, how can a victory mindset help you in overcoming your self-doubt? Because when you are, growing, you are moving towards your outcome, your goal, and instantly a self-doubt comes. So how can that victory mindset help in overcoming that?
So uh, when a person has this victory mindset, he's so let's look at the cause of the self doubt. Where has that come from? So in the root of that self doubt, something had happened. Okay, something
Yeah.
had happened uh, in the early life where this person tried something. For example, मैं राजीव का एग्जांपल ले रहा हूँ मेरी स्टोरी में. So राजीव tried to do something and he failed. He failed is not a problem. Problem is when others are saying you cannot do it, you cannot achieve it. ठीक है? So what is happening? He is getting invalidated again and again and again, and somewhere in the mind, it is embedded very deeply that he cannot do that particular thing. For example, is speaking in front of people. Okay, so whenever he has got this opportunity, he will shy away from that opportunity. He will not grab that opportunity. He will shy away. He will hide himself somewhere, right? And the self doubt will emerge every time. And let's say there is somebody who has a victory mindset. What will happen?
Hmm.
The same thing happened. किसी ने उसको बोला कि you cannot do it. you cannot achieve it, what will he do? He will just like जैसे वो झाड़ देते हैं अपने कंधे से, ऐसे वो है ना, he will not, he will ignore what was said, or he will do it even more. He will now become rebellious. He will try more, and that's why one day, maybe not in first attempt or second attempt, maybe in a few attempts, he will be able to speak in front of others. He will be able to do whatever the action is, right? And he will be victorious one day.
Wonderful. Thank you so much once again for answering this question. So there is another one, like जब हमारे पास कोई difficult time होता है, right? Again, self doubt तो आते ही आते हैं, but जैसे कि आपने बता दिया कि how can they overcome now? So in that difficult time, are there any steps? ऐसे कोई steps हैं जो वो, या कोई ऐसी techniques हैं जो वो use कर सकते हैं कि ये मेरा difficult time है और अब मैं इससे कैसे overcome करूँ? Because जब reality में किसी के साथ होता है, they always say that जिसके साथ भी होता है they have a different experience. So any steps to overcome that?
So can you so in general terms I can say, but is there any specific example that we can take?
तो जैसे कि डिफिकल्ट, कोई भी डिफिकल्ट टाइम है किसी के लिए, लाइक ही वांट्स टू, उसको कोई आउटकम अचीव करना है, कोई गोल अचीव करना है, बट उसको अब उसका टाइम जो ऐसा डिफिकल्ट आ गया कि वो उसको नहीं कर पा रहा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल कि उसने अपने लिए कुछ सेट किया कि मुझे अपनी लाइफ में ये गोल अचीव करना है, बट इंस्टेंटली दैट पर्सन वाज ऑन जॉब और अब उसकी जॉब चली गई. तो अब ये सिचुएशन वो कैसे ओवरकम करे?
All right. So that's a very important question that you have asked. Thank you for asking that. And I myself have seen those situations. So it depends a lot on mindset when such kind of challenging situations emerge. And I remember a story where I read it in newspaper. I forgot, it was an uh, old thing, where this person was so successful that he topped in every class, college, and then when he went abroad, I think USA, and he built his own organization, his own company, and he was very successful.
Right. Okay.
Suddenly, something happened, and his business crashed, and he couldn't see any other option left, because maybe he didn't see failure in his life ever. So what he did, he ended his life. Okay.
Okay.
And life of his family as well. All right. So this was a mindset thing, right? One kind of mindset. Then there is another kind of mindset. A person who was at his peak of the career, he was. Let's look at the example of Steve Jobs. So Steve Jobs was thrown out of the company he started, right? He worked on himself, or whatever he did, came to India, had spiritual growth, or whatever he did in that period, but he went back and he took Apple to a different level. And now these are very contrasting examples. Both were successful at one point of time, both had seen failures, and in both the conditions, uh, the response was different. Now, this tells about the kind of mindset they carried, right? Now, let's come to a normal routine life, a person who uh, left the job maybe to open a new business, or he was made to leave the job. In both the situations, one has to uh, process that, accept that first. This has happened. One person who has never seen a failure in life can uh, crib about it कि ये क्या हो गया suddenly, ये तो मेरे साथ नहीं हो सकता, why me, right? और वो कुछ नहीं कर रहा है वहां पे, he is just thinking, right? So we talk about those steps, right? So thinking से start होके वो decision पे आएगा, decision के बाद वो action लेगा, action से result आएगा. But what is he doing here? He is only thinking, maybe taking actions but inside mind, maybe getting results but inside mind, nothing is happening outside. What he can do is he has to
Right.
decide maybe a small step, take action, right? If he's looking for a
Mhm.
job, he can uh, start giving interviews in different companies, talk to people around him or his uh, colleagues, previous colleagues, or his network, and start taking action. So when he starts taking action, he will get result depending on how prepared he is. So we have uh, uh, like I have heard from my mentors um that people who are prepared, they will observe the opportunities around and they will grab the opportunities. And people who are only thinking and they are not prepared, they will look at only problems around. The resources are available spread across the world, right? Everywhere resources are there. It's about the
Right.
person who is taking the action, taking those steps which are required, preparing himself, and grab those opportunities. So uh, for any kind of challenge, important thing is decide, take action.
Okay. Right. So in short, we can say like whatever the situation comes, just keep taking actions.
Exactly.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and thanks, my friend, for asking this question, and Arif for answering this. And with this, we have a question on the screen from Gitika ji. Sir, visualization भी कोई role play करता है क्या in creating victory mindset?
Definitely, Geeta ji, that's a very good thing that you have suggested, right? So visualization, somebody who is having victory mindset, or and if he can visualize, so victory mindset आ कहाँ से रहा है? पहले तो उसने we can perceive, we can only conceive things that we perceive, right? मैं एक बार एक मीटिंग में गया, और the person who was a senior person, he asked me to lift my coffee cup. Okay, so I lifted it. फिर मैंने टेबल पे रख दिया, and he asked me, how many times have you lifted it, right? So now lifting that coffee mug, it's an action, right? I decided it. It's a small action, but I decided it. Process वही है, same. I decided and I lifted. तो मैंने उसको लिफ्ट किया. अब उसने पूछा कि कितनी बार किया, तो मैंने कहा एक बार. He said no, you lifted it twice. Once physically, but before that you lifted it inside your mind. So that's visualization. So somebody who can visualize that he is able to do that particular thing, or that achieve that particular thing, only he can achieve it. For example, मैंने सेम रोल प्ले किसी और के साथ किया विद एन एक्सटेंशन. व्हाट आई सेड, सो मेरे पास यहाँ एक 20 kg का डंबल रखा हुआ है. सो आई सेड लिफ्ट इट. ओके, सो उन्होंने डंबल देखा एंड उन्होंने बोला आई कांट, so he didn't even try. Okay, so because he couldn't visualize himself lifting that big dumbbell, so he didn't even try. When he didn't try, he didn't take action. Can result happen? No. So I'm giving very small examples, but the same process happens in the bigger things in life as well. You can extrapolate it. So visualization is very, very important to see myself or to see self achieving that thing.
Okay, that's nice. So और जैसे इन्होंने विजुअलाइजेशन का बताया, तो जस्ट टू ऐड ऑन इन दिस, देयर वाज देयर इज जो मोहम्मद अली जो बॉक्सर रहे हैं, जब उन्होंने पहला अपना मैच जीता तो उनसे किसी ने पूछा कि आपने ये मैच पहली बार जीता है, हाउ डू यू फील? देन ही सेड, मैंने इसको पहली बार नहीं जीता है, आई वॉन इट इन माई माइंड मेनी टाइम्स.
Many times.
तो जो जीत उनको, जो हम लोगों को पहली जीत लगती है, वो उसने पहली बार नहीं की होती.
Exactly.
उसने माइंड में उसको पहले कई बार जीता है, और दैट इज जो अब विजुअलाइज कर रहे हैं और बार बार उस थॉट को होल्ड करके चल रहे हैं. सो व्हेन यू डू दैट विजुअलाइजेशन, इट हैपेंस. सो अगर आपने विक्ट्री माइंडसेट की बात की है, तो ऑब्वियसली जैसा आरिफ ने कहा कि बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है विजुअलाइजेशन. सो इट डज.
It does.
थैंक यू सो मच.
मैंने
यस यस प्लीज.
I asked this question to a student and उसने बोला कि मेरे जो क्लास में टॉपर है, so वो अपनी क्लास के टॉपर के बारे में कुछ बता रहे थे. So I asked, what do you think of yourself? And that the same person told me that he want to come first in the class. Okay. Now जब वो थॉट प्रोसेस है कि कोई और टॉपर है, वो पोजीशन किसी और को दे दी है ऑलरेडी, सो वो खुद को तो दे ही नहीं रहे, तो क्या वो टॉप कर पाएगा? डिफिकल्ट. सो इट्स नॉट अबाउट, सो विजुअलाइजेशन में स्टार्ट, बट जो नेचुरली क्या आ रहा है मन में, जैसे एक प्रमोशन की बात कर रहे हैं, तो लेट्स से देयर आर 10 पीपल इन द टीम. अब वो एक पर्सन चाह तो रहा है, वो उसकी विश है दैट ही शुड बी प्रमोटेड and he has all the skills capabilities which are required to be promoted. लेकिन जब उससे पूछा जाता है तो he is thinking of somebody else कि ये पर्सन प्रमोट होगा, somebody else. तो इसका मतलब वो अपने आप को तो देख ही नहीं रहा है. So what is coming to visualization naturally, that is more effective. And when will that happen? जब उसके पीछे का काम हुआ है.
That's nice. Amazing. Thank you so much. And Gitika is great. So thank you so much for this once again. And there is another question is like कि gratitude क्या role play करता है in developing your victory mindset?
Okay. So gratitude is very, very important. So for example, जैसे आपने मोहम्मद अली का एग्जांपल दिया, so when he has won that fight, तो एक तो विजुअलाइजेशन हुआ कि he had fought many a times and had won many a times. बहुत बार वो जीत गए उस फाइट को. When he actually won in real, तब क्या कर रहे हैं वो जीतने के बाद? Of course he might be thanking जो भी वो फॉलो करते होंगे. He must be grateful to his coach, he must be grateful to the audience, he must be grateful to even so many people. So that gratefulness has to be there, otherwise where will we get the energy for the next fight? Because are we deciding, our mind can decide only a few times in a day, only a few times, and that's why for its convenience mind क्या करता है, it makes us live in automation. तो जो हमारे पुराना जो भी embedded है सिस्टम, वो उसके हिसाब से ऑटोमेशन में हम चलते रहते हैं. वी यूज सिमिलर वर्ड्स थ्रू आउट द डे, वी यूज सिमिलर मैनरिज्म, जो हाथ चलाने के, मुंह चलाने के, गर्दन चलाने के, जिसके जो एक्शंस है, दे आर ऑल प्रीसेट मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम. तो वो कहाँ से आ रहा है? क्योंकि डिसाइड करके थोड़ी कर रहा है वो, दे आर हैपनिंग अनकॉन्शियसली. सो वंस दोज एक्शंस, जो भी उसने डिसाइड किया और वो एक्शन कंप्लीट हो गया, एंड इफ दैट पर्सन इज ग्रेटफुल, सो ही विल हैव एंथुसियाज्म टू गो फॉर द नेक्स्ट स्टेप, नेक्स्ट एक्शन. क्योंकि लाइफ डजंट एंड विद दैट वन अचीवमेंट, राइट? चाहे वो कितना भी बड़ा गोल रहा, सही, उस गोल को अचीव करने के बाद, जैसे किसी का गोल है $1 million बैंक अकाउंट में हो उसके, वो उसका गोल है, उसका हो गया, तो व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि उसके बाद गोल नहीं होगा उसका? उसके बाद होगा, भले ही से खर्च करने का हो, बट होगा.
That becomes a milestone,
Yes,
not the last part.
exactly.
Yeah, rightly said. Thank you so much once again for this. So, just to add on in this, gratitude जब भी आप करते हो तो right? Okay. Is my screen okay?
Yes, yes. बीच में कुछ ग्लिच हुआ था, बट नाउ इट्स फाइन.
Okay. All right. So with this, thank you so much once again. And there is another thing. And next one is like affirmations हमारे strong और victory mindset को build करने में क्या help करती हैं? क्या ये possible है?
So, affirmations वो हेल्प करती है या नहीं, वो इट विल अगेन डिपेंड ऑन द पर्सनस बिलीफ. तो जो उसका बिलीफ होगा, वो अगर ये सोचता है कि दिस इज रबिश, कुछ नहीं होता इससे, ठीक है, फॉर वट एवर रीजन्स, तो वही होगा उसके लिए. अगर किसी का बिलीफ है कि इससे फर्क पड़ता है, तो वही होगा, राइट? सो अफर्मेशंस, what are affirmations basically? So they allow a person to have a better relationship with self, right? For example, if I say to myself, I'm strong, I am powerful, I can speak in front of people, I can handle a large number of people, I can build great relationships. तो ये मैं अब क्या बोल रहा हूँ? मैं I am making myself stronger, right? So everything matters. Whatever is coming to our mind, to our attention, everything matters, and everything matters, so उसका impact होना है, ठीक है? So what I am, तो अगर उसका इफेक्ट पड़ रहा है उस बिलीफ का, जो पर्सन ये कहता है कि आई कांट डू इट, तो अगर वो बोल रहा है आई कांट डू इट, तो वो कर नहीं पा रहा ना. तो अगर वो कह रहा है आई कैन डू इट, तो उसका भी फर्क पड़ेगा. सो एफर्मेशन ऑफ कोर्स हेल्प्स. अगर किसी का कोई नेगेटिव सोचता है अपने बारे में, उसकी हैबिट ही है, ठीक है, कि आई कैन डू इट, आई कैन डू इट, ऐसे लोग हैं जो नॉर्मली बोलते हैं एकदम रूटीन में, कोई भी बात हो नो से शुरू होगा. सो एफर्मेशंस शुरू में हो सकता है बिलीफ ना हो उसको, बट एफर्मेशंस ओवर ए पीरियड ऑफ टाइम will
So affirmations will definitely help. That depends upon the belief of the person, right? Can you hear me?
some disturbance. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So I was saying कि affirmations, तो अगर नेगेटिव थॉट्स का अगर असर पड़ रहा है मेरे पास, मुझ पर, तो पॉजिटिव थॉट्स का भी तो पड़ेगा ना. मे बी माई माइंड may not believe in the beginning, but over a period of time, if I tell myself again and again, so it will start looking for the evidences, and when it starts looking for evidences, it will find some evidences, and फिर उसके बाद वो असर करना शुरू कर देंगे. So affirmations are very very important aspect to have that mindset.
Amazing. Thank you so much once again, Arif, for answering this question. और इसके साथ एक बहुत ही बढ़िया क्वेश्चन आया मेरे पास कि can you please ask sir to share his ritual or morning ritual जो इनके विक्ट्री माइंडसेट को सेट करके रखता है?
Okay, so that's very personal, and thank you for asking this. So I tell you, uh, there I will tell you two different aspects, right? So there are days when I am not able to follow my morning ritual, right? And then there are days where I am able to follow. So, for example, uh, the decided ritual for me is uh, that I wake up early in the morning. The first thing is to pray. If there is something which comes to my mind, in those morning hours, because there are days when I have some thoughts, so I note them down first thing. All right, and after that I exercise. Uh, I there are a few things which are told by my mentor. So I try to listen those audios, uh, things that give me those positive vibes in the morning itself. Now, when I start those the days with all those things, my activity, which is exercise, my prayer, which helps my spiritual growth, my notes, which help me to think, uh, and get solutions, and you know those audios which are motivating, encouraging. So those days are really really good, and I'm very active throughout the day. Since a few days I have started as learning something which has given me profound results. And I'm a Muslim, and Quran is very very precious. Every word is precious for me. The problem was that it is written in a different language. So uh, I have read the translations, I have heard the translations, but since it is written in a different language, which is not my mother tongue, it's difficult to understand the core of it. So now I have started uh, learning those words. Okay, maybe two lines a day, but that has sorry. So that has started impacting my prayers. I am more present, right? I am delivering better. I am taking more actions. I am very very conscious of my thoughts and actions. Okay. These are the days when I am doing better, and then there are days when I am not following these rituals. So what I do is I wake up late, sometimes at 10, 11, right? And I feel tired, and usually this happens on Saturday and Sunday, right? Uh, not it didn't happen today, so that's why you can see me more energetic. But there are days, so that's what I'm just telling you, the difference in when I'm following a ritual and when I'm not following it, right? So my first morning is at 7 a.m. So before that, I do whatever I need to do. Okay. So
Right.
following ritual is very impactful.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Arif, for sharing this. And I appreciate that you shared that there are two aspects that you woke up late, but usually people don't accept. So thank you so much and appreciate that. So it shows the generosity of a person that okay, it happens sometimes and it's okay to accept, right? थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दिस। इसी के साथ एक और क्वेश्चन है कि ऐसे कौन से मिसकंसेप्शंस हैं जो विक्ट्री माइंडसेट को लेके लोग चलते हैं?
So victory mindset से रिलेटेड, बेसिकली मैं कोचिंग से रिलेटेड बोलूंगा उससे पहले। Okay, there are misconceptions about coaching. Okay, so there are people who think that coaching is some sort of therapy. There are people who thinks uh, that this is they're related with psychiatry or psychology or counseling, right?
Right.
So coaching is not any of these. So what is happening in all of these strategies? They are impactful. They are important for people who need them. But what is happening in all those is they are past oriented, past focused. कि भाई पास्ट में कुछ हो गया है उससे निकालना है, which is important, right? Now coaching is future oriented, future focused. The maximum time spent will be about future. Action in present, deciding action in present to brighten future. So this is coaching. And it is an experience rather than understanding. मैं अगर समझाने लग जाऊँ कोचिंग के बारे में या विक्टिम माइंडसेट के बारे में, so like we have spoken a lot. I have actually spoken almost everything. But can understanding give results? Very, least chances, because where is the understanding? Understanding is happening only inside,
Right.
right? Action happens outside. So somebody who can understand and take action, well done. Okay, you are already victorious if you are able to take right decision and take the right action. You will get definitely results. But somebody who is only thinking of understanding it, he will not get results. And somebody who can experience the process, they will have high chances, high probability of getting results and achieve their desired goals. Like I have so many examples where people uh, had bad relationships and they improved their relationships with parents. Today only I was telling one of my clients that there was this person who had a bad relationship with his mother, and because of something happened in the childhood, and it translated uh, into the current world. He's an adult now and about to marry, getting married. Uh, but his relationship with females is very bad. Okay,
Okay.
so that relationship with mother was impacting the relationship with women in general. Now, when he went through the process, what happened? The shift happened, and first of all, his relationship with mother improved, and over a period of time, his relationship with others also improved.
Right. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the next, this is my second last question, friends. If you have any question, you can ask. तो my second last question is like अगर कोई अपनी जर्नी शुरू कर रहा है towards becoming like creating a victory mindset, तो उनको ऐसी कौन सी चीजें हैं जिनके ऊपर उनको फोकस करना चाहिए?
So first of all is that they should be aware of themselves, what they are. So understanding self is at the center, because what is the center of my world? It is me. The world has billions of people. It's a huge world, right? But when I
Yeah.
when I talk about my world, I'm at the center. But there are people who think of others, maybe, and what that does is sometimes we become dependent on others. Sometimes we become burden on others. Sometimes we start expecting too much from others. So uh, understanding self, where we are right now, how we are, how we behave, what kind of actions we take in different situations, it's very very important to understand. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Okay, and we have usually we give that free. uh, so we have a personality test where just answering a few questions, a person can understand everything about themselves, what their fears are, what their desires are, मे बी द अनकॉन्शियस फियर्स एंड अनकॉन्शियस डिजायर्स जो उनको पीछे से रन कर रहे हैं, ठीक है.
Right.
They will understand what their weaknesses are, strengths are, and at times these are unconscious. They are not aware, but those things are driving them in every area of life. और उनको पता भी नहीं है.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so
And
much for
there
this.
are many
Yeah.
other things available outside. So it's important to understand self and do that.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. And with this, my last question comes as like any final tip for the people who are watching us now and who will be watching us later.
So usually, coaches are not advised to give advices, right? But since you are asking tip, uh, the first thing is that, as I said, understand self. So it's not कि वो personality test करके ही पता चलेगा. If people can reflect on their actions कि किस situation में उन्होंने क्या reaction किया था या क्या action लिया था, किस तरह से respond किया था और उससे वो beneficial था कि नहीं था.
Right.
ठीक है, अगर वो beneficial था, keep continuing. If it was harmful for self or others, मतलब ऐसा ना हो कि दूसरे को harm करके अपना benefit हो रहा हो, ऐसा भी नहीं हो. So if it is beneficial for all in general, then keep continuing. If it is not benefiting, then think of ways कि उसको कैसे बेटर किया जा सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक पर्सन है, वो दिल्ली रोड पे ड्राइव कर रहा है. सो व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट एक्शन? अगर कोई बराबर से तेजी से निकलता है तो अ पर्सन स्टार्ट्स येलिंग, शाउटिंग और अब्यूजिंग. ओके, तो एट टाइम्स अभी लोग क्या है, क्योंकि लोग सब रश में है तो वो इग्नोर करके निकल जाते हैं, राइट? बट एट टाइम्स fight may happen because of that action. So if that is one action that you can work on, you can think of becoming calm in that situation. कि ठीक है, उसको ज़्यादा जल्दी होगी, make fun of it, अरे बहुत जल्दी में है, ठीक है. And if you make fun of it, you will not abuse, so कुछ होगा ही नहीं. And your day will be better instead of कि वो एक छोटा सा इंसिडेंट it can impact the whole day negatively.
Right.
So choose your actions.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much for all this. And now, friends, as we are reaching to the end of the session, for this incredible session, I should say, I just want to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for being such, an enthusiastic and engaged audience. आपके क्वेश्चन बड़े जबरदस्त होते हैं. So thank you so much for all of them. And your energy, truly made this discussion on victory mindset special. A massive thank you to our guest speaker Arif Hussain for sharing, such profound insights, practical strategies, and आपकी जो आपने story share की, that was amazing. Your expertise has given us a fresh perspective on like how to cultivate a mindset of resilience, confidence, and success. So thank you so much, Arif. Deep gratitude for this, for your time and wisdom, for accepting the proposal and coming here.
Thank you so much, Prashantji, for inviting me here, and it was great to be here and answering all these questions, and of course, being with you. Thank you so much.
And my friends, if you want to connect with Arif, then you can explore a lot of things and his coaching programs also to improve yourself, to create your winning mindset. Then इनका जो work है, it's incredible. So don't miss it. If you get chance, connect with him. And remember that also आप कैसे connect करेंगे? Once the session will be over, I'll mention his details in the description box so you can connect with him directly. Right? आप इतना याद रखो that this is not the end. It is just the beginning of your journey towards creating your victory mindset in your life. So जो आप सीखते हैं, जो आप अप्लाई करते हैं अपने गोल्स में, इट्स ओनली वन, इट्स ओनली अ स्टेप towards that goal, right? So remember that as there's a saying, okay, the journey is still on, and every step forward is a step closer to your victory, right? I should say victory mindset, right? So keep growing, keep winning, and I'll see you next week with a new speaker and a new topic. Till then, stay healthy, take care, goodbye, and
Thank you. Have a good time, everyone.